A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. Jesus said to his disciples, "Things that cause sin will inevitably occur, but woe to the one through whom they occur. It would be better for him if a millstone were put around his neck and he be thrown into the sea, than for him to cause one of these little ones to sin. Be on your guard. If your brother sins, rebuke him, and if he repents, forgive him. And if he wrongs you 7 times in one day, and returns to you 7 times saying, 'I am sorry,' you should forgive him." And the apostles said to the Lord, "Increase our faith." The Lord replied, "If you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you would say to this mulberry tree, 'Be uprooted and planted in the sea,' and it would obey you." The Gospel of the Lord. Good day, my dear brothers and sisters. After hearing the Gospel reading, let us try to imagine a world where every choice that we make is weighed not just for how it affects or what it brings to our own lives, but for how it also touches and affects the vulnerable lives of the people that surrounds us. This short but powerful passage from the Gospel of Luke reminds us of the immense responsibility we carry in our words, actions, and relationships, in how we treat each other, especially when it comes to leading others, offering forgiveness, and living with true faith in our daily lives. In the Gospel of Luke, he starts by warning his disciples that while avoiding all challenges or scandals in life is impossible, we must be careful not to cause someone else's downfall, especially those still growing in their faith. Jesus uses strong imagery, saying, "It would be better to have a millstone tied around one's neck and be thrown into the sea than to lead someone astray." This imagery of having a millstone tied around one's neck and to be thrown into the sea hits really hard, showing just how seriously God views the sin of leading others, especially the little ones, astray. Jesus then shifts to the theme of forgiveness. Jesus calls us to be watchful in our own conduct. Take heed to yourselves. If a brother or our sister sins, we are to correct them, but also forgive them, even if they wrong us repeatedly in a single day. Finally, the apostles, overwhelmed by Jesus, pleaded, "Increase our faith." Jesus responds not with a deep theological discourse, but with a simple, powerful image of a mustard seed. This gospel challenges us on multiple levels. First of all, it calls us to be mindful of our influence on others. How can our actions merely lead others toward Christ, or are we leading others away from Him? In a world filled with a lot of online opinions, peer pressures, and public platforms, we are accountable not just for what we do, but for how we affect the faith of others. For us students of this university, this means being mindful of how we carry ourselves on campus, online, and in our interactions with one another. Are we building each other up in faith, or tearing each other down with negativity and judgment? Second, Jesus invites us to practice a deep, consistent forgiveness. It might be easy to forgive once, but to forgive 7 times in a day, brethren, that requires grace, humility, and a heart molded by God's love. As students of this university, we face pressure and competition every day, but Jesus calls us to forgive, whether it's a classmate who takes credit for your work, or a peer who spreads rumors, or even those who fail to support us, because true faith is reflected in how we choose to forgive. Lastly, we are immensely reminded that we do not need a gigantic amount of faith to live out this calling. Even with just a little faith that is genuinely rooted in God, there is an immense power. The key here is not how much faith we have, but to where we place it. As students in this university, it's easy to become overwhelmed by the demands of academics, deadlines, and personal pressures. But even the smallest faith in God can give us the strength to overcome challenges and continue to persevere with purpose. Hence, as we continue to reflect on this gospel, let us ask ourselves, are we living in a way that helps others grow in faith or stumble in it? Are we quick to forgive or do we hold on to grudges? And when we feel we are overwhelmed by what God merely asks of us, do we ask Him like the apostles did to increase our faith? May we carry this message into our hearts and lives, knowing that even a mustard seed faith, when put or placed in the hands of God, can move mountains.